Hello everyone, welcome back. In this lesson, we'll try to put the login stuff together, okay, and see if we can get login function working. Alright, so we are left on the login component unsubmitted method last time. Let's try to fulfill some content here. Before that, actually, there's one thing. Let's go to add a component. We want to import a login service components, login services, login service, and we need to define the providers for that. Okay, and then we come back to our login components. We'll import the login services, and we'll initialize that service using the constructor. Okay, and in this onSubmit, we're gonna call login service send credentials. We're gonna send this the model the subscribe. So once we send the credentials out, we get some feedback from the system. If it's successful, we're gonna do something here. We're gonna extract the username from the model and put it into local storage. And now we're gonna initialize the model, the username equals now, and password equals now. Well, actually, let's just cut this part. And this is not curly brace, this should be a parenthesis. And we need to get rid of one of this. Okay, so we have our data. We're gonna have the local storage first. Set item token JSON.pass JSON.stringify data body, should be an underscore here. So basically here we are extracting the response from a server, because server is already verified our credentials, generate the token, right? So we want to extract a token and put it into local storage as token. That's key. And if you're not familiar with local storage, okay, go take a look at. So with local storage, web applications can store data locally within the user's browsers. Okay, so unlike cookies, the storage limit is far larger than, at least 5 megabytes, and the information is never transferred to the server. So that's perfect for storing some, universal variables like tokens. Okay, and then after that, we're gonna have login service, send token, local storage dot get item token dot subscribe. Okay, let me just reformat it. All right. So here, after we store the token, and then we send a token to the server, and we're gonna store some of the information, like the username, into our token. Okay, and reset the username and the password of our model. So this is consistent with the JSON Web Token workflow. First, we send the credentials, right? The username password is verified by the server, and then the server generates token, send it back. And here we extract the token from the HTTP back response. And then we send a token again to make sure the token is correct. And this time, actually, we are doing some very simple things, like if we go to the login service, like we are visiting this path, okay? We can define a simple response from this path, say in a string or something. Let's just do that in Eclipse. So the path basically is just mapping. That's users. We can return a simple string, say login successful. Okay, and that's matching up with the path here, REST user users. So we have, okay, we don't have REST here. Let's create a separate controller called user resources, add REST controller, and add request mapping. We're gonna have REST here, and you're gonna cut this method, paste it into the user resource. Okay, and we're gonna put the user at front. Then we stop the server and rerun it. Okay, come back to our front end. Close that. Oops, haven't started yet. Let me just start the server for front end. Okay, my server started, and come back and refresh the page, and come to login, and let's bring up the console and open the network tab. First, let's just type in whatever, random characters and submit. Okay, now we have an error. Let's go take a look in the response. Okay, it has the username not found error. That's the exception we're planning to throw out, right? And then if we log in with the username and password we configured previously and submit again. Okay, this time the calls are correct. First one, we have options which get 200 OK response. Second, we have the post method. And then we have user post as well. Well, actually it's a get method. This one is the prefix option. Next one is get. Okay. But we're not getting any response. Let's go take a look at the console. Okay, so we have a no access control allow origin header. This is probably something wrong related to our filter settings. Okay, let's go take a look at that. So if you open the JWT filter.java, and you can see there is a chain.do filter here. And we actually need here as well, so that the filter can be propagated to all different paths. Okay, so after you add that statement, stop the server and restart. Okay, server restarted. Come back to our page, and then let's just refresh a little bit. And log in. Try the username and password. Okay, we don't see any error pops up. And come to the network part. Okay, there we go. We have our response as login successfully. And we can see our headers having the 200 OK status as well. All right. That means our login, token-based login, is working fine. So there are several, back and forth between server and front end to keep the token. And so far, we can see it's working. Now we want to do something to make it more reasonable. Suppose after you log in, this login button should change to logout, and this register button should be hidden, right? And we don't want to see this form after we actually log in, and we do want to see a message indicating that we have logged in. All right, we'll probably do that in the next lesson. All right, see you guys in the next one. Bye.